Live from First Coast News on your side. This is Good Morning Jacksonville.
And welcome back. You're taking a live look right now at the Rise Door Apartments here in downtown Jacksonville. The Jackson Fire and Rescue Department crews have been working all night into the early morning to contain this fire. It started at about 9:30 last night. Now the fire is happening right behind our First Coast News building right here in downtown Jacksonville.
The building itself, Rise Door, right behind First Coast News, near Five-Star Veterans Memorial Arena, near Intuition Ale Works. So a lot going on near this area. Let's check in with our Lewis Turner with more on what we know so far.
Well, good morning, and as promised, we actually have the word from the man himself, Captain Prosswimmer with JFRD. If you are just waking up, this apartment fire, massive. I mean, it's taken up an entire city block, and you've got a lot of guys here. So for those who are just kind of waking up to this news, can you give us the big summary of what's been going on?
Yeah, so last night at 9:30, we got a call regarding a fire here, or heavy black smoke. Crews arrived. They met with heavy black smoke. They were familiar with the building. They had actually just been in the neighborhood recently and had walked through kind of a little bit. So they were familiar that it was under construction, and they knew what they needed to do.
Sure.
They needed to create their own standpipe systems and run hoses up ladders and extend them from there and attack the fire, which they did.
7 ladder trucks, 3 alarms. For someone, I had the question actually texted to me, what exactly does that mean, a 3 alarm? That's very big. What does that mean in terms of perspective for the layman out there?
So basically, when we go to a commercial building like this or an apartment building, it's a high life hazard. We go with X number of trucks, X number of engines, X number of rescues. So the chief decides, we're going to need more, start me a 2nd alarm. They then duplicate that. Start me a 3rd alarm. They then duplicate it. So in total, we have between 75 and 85 people here that have been here all night long.
And the fight has been incredible to watch. The ladders up top from the roof, this would be the 8th floor with the roof itself. The fire started between the 6th and 7th, but obviously they're doing the best to get hot spots, but the flames just keep coming. I guess one word for it would, there's certainly many words you could use, but I think frustrating has got to be one of them, right?
It's a challenge.
Sure.
You know, so we're doing the best that we can. We hit it once, it moves, finds its least path of resistance, goes that direction until we move away, then it comes back, and it kind of, you know, plays with us a little bit.
And when you talk about finding a path of least resistance, with folks who do work, at least in some parts of this area, what about other buildings? What about like Maxwell House and Intuition and the Veterans Memorial Arena? Are these areas safe? Is this contained to just this block, or are there other buildings that you're trying to protect as well?
Well, they're safe in this general sense. Right now, because it was on the roof and everything like that, it wasn't emitting a huge amount of heat to the sides. So the buildings or shooting embers all over the place. The other thing is the construction of those buildings, they're brick, they're concrete, they're not real flammable. We also had people in position, if it was an issue, to put a hose on there and we would handle it no problem. That's always something that we're thinking about.
And just joining us, this is Captain Prosswimmer from JFRD, and really incredible information. So big picture in all of this, how's everybody doing? I know we mentioned off the top no injuries to report, but as far as morale right now, it's been a long fight. How's everybody doing?
So we have no injuries, which is a great thing. They're tired.
Sure.
I mean, they've worked all night long. These men and women have all been here since 9:30 last night, and they've had to move a lot of hoses. They've gotten wet. They've gotten cold. They've, no sleep, no food. They're tired.
Lots of challenge, and with new crews coming in with a new shift about 7, 8 o'clock, something like that. Hopefully get some recharged batteries for what I just don't see anything, at least from my layman's eyes, a horizon that says, all right, we can call this at a certain time. It's pretty open-ended, correct?
I think that's very fair to say. We're going to be here for hours to come still.
Thank you for your time. Appreciate it. So you heard it there. Just if in and around downtown, we're going to have thick smoke. We're going to have roads blocked. This is not something that we can say, oh, this firm time will be done. It's going to be here. And of course, one challenge the captain had mentioned, the collapse of this building. They're trying their best to contain that inward in and of itself to prevent any issues in the surrounding area. And so far, it's been a really good job of that, because there are some parts of this building that have already fallen in on itself.